got to keep it as the mindset of we're going to take it a day at a time. Today was a good day. We got to have a good day tomorrow. Got to have a good day Friday. That's got to be the mindset, and that's how you keep getting better.
When we went back and watched the tape, is there anything that kind of jumped out from you from that game Sunday?
Well, we executed really well. We got to take care of the ball better. But other than that, I think it was obviously our best game of the year, so we just got to keep building on it.
Taylor signed to the active roster today. What have you seen from him in practice and in the 2 games that he played with you?
Yeah, he brings an element that is exciting. He's tough, hardworking, really good in the pass game, really good pass catcher, good after the catch. So he's going to bring an element that we're excited about.
Brian said that there are 2 safeties, Hoyer and Hyde. Very smart, very good. What stands out to you about them?
Well, they're great at disguising their coverages. You can tell on film that they're always communicating with all their guys, trying to make sure everybody's on the same page because they do a lot of stuff. So you can tell that that's kind of their role. And then they're really good players that make plays. They're good tacklers. It's going to be a challenge.
Is that one thing that you think you've naturally become better at in your NFL career, is understanding with how teams are trying to disguise you?
Yeah, I think as you play more football, the more football you see, the more things you see, the faster you're able to recognize that.
Sure, I remember when Anderson completed 20 in a row down in Houston. Guys were like, he hasn't missed yet, has he? I'm like, it's like a no-hitter, man, don't say anything. Did anybody say anything cute? Did they say, man, you haven't missed yet?
No, we're just playing ball. Playing ball.
You have no idea? You think anybody had any awareness that you had completed so many?
You don't really think about that. You're just trying to execute the best you can.
Joe, how much faster are you than Dak Nostine?
much faster. Much faster.
How beneficial is it having a guy like him in your corner? He seems like he's not afraid to tell you exactly what he thinks versus maybe what you want to hear all the time.
Yeah, Dak is instrumental in my success. I've been working with him since really I was 14, 15. He played for my dad, and so he knows my body, knows how I like to work. We have the same mentality, so he gets me right every off season, and I wouldn't be able to do what I'm doing without him.
What have you learned in the last 2 years about what's expected and needed of a late season push like you guys have had over the last 2 years?
You just got to keep it a day at a time. And I know it sounds cliche, but if you look too far ahead and look too far in the past, then you're going to lose track of what you're doing, and you just have to keep your nose to the grindstone and get better every day. It's cliche, but that's what it is.
Is it strange being above 500 this late in the year without an AFC win yet in week 9? What's that? What are your thoughts on kind of just not having that at this point yet in the season?
Yeah, the season plays out how it plays out. We'd love to be 7-0. That's not where we're at. We just played our best game of the year, and we're going to build on it and go from there.
Is there significance in getting a conference win against a team of this caliber at this point here?
Yeah, we're going to have to beat teams like this if we want to get to where we're going to get to. It's a great team with a great quarterback and a really good defense. A team that obviously we played in the playoffs last year, and we have a chance to play again. So it's going to be a fun one.
Is their defense different with McDermott kind of running the show now? Does it look different than it did in January?
Similar stuff, some new wrinkles. Just like every year, every team has some new stuff, but the foundation of what they do is what they do.
Joe, I was wondering if you could go ahead. But I was wondering if you could break down that play, the 2-minute. I think you were 2-minute was real late. That throw to Tyler, I think it was a seam. I guess it was a seam route. It looked like you didn't have a hell of a lot of space there. I was wondering what was going through your mind and what you were thinking of.
Yeah, I trusted TB to. We just called 4 verts and trusted TB to wrap across the safety's face. We've thrown that a million times in practice. We both saw it and threw it on time with accuracy, and he made a great catch in traffic. So those are the kind of plays that we're expected to make.
Not a big window. It didn't look like
very tight, but that's NFL football. That's the kind of throws you got to make to move the offense down the field.
Joe, why do you think this team has been so good at closing out games here?
At home or just
in general?
Just
as you guys, you guys just seem like when you get up, you've been really good at putting it away almost every time.
Well, we got great pass rushers, and when you get up early on teams, and really let those guys tee off, when you can expect pass and you don't have to play the run. That's critical for those guys up front on defense to apply pressure and get sacks. So that's part of it. And it just seems like whenever a play is needed, a play happens from somebody, whether it's special teams, defense, offense. Sunday we were able to put it all together. We got to keep doing it.
Zach talked about, there's no fear of failure in the guys in those moments. Is that something that you can try to instill in your teammates with you as a leader? Is there's no need to fear failure, but you can believe in that we're going to do it, and I can help, lead you to whatever we need?
You don't really talk about it, but you put in the work to have success in those moments. We got really hardworking guys that are really confident in themselves, and you put in all that hard work for those moments to go out and make plays and win big games. That's why we do what we do.
Zach has talked a lot about just motivating factor for this team, motivation over the Niners you guys had this last week at the Bills in the playoffs last year. When he finds those motivating tools, is that something that motivates you, or is it just across the board this team feeds off of that?
It's tough to say. Zach does a great job of laying out the picture for each week and each game and each day of practice, how it's going to go, how he wants it to go, and really we're just following his plan to success, and he's done a great job for us, and we're just going to keep going.
For you personally, if you always push back, I mean, a competitor does, I feel like when someone says you can't do something or the odds are against you.
Yeah, I mean, that's anybody can do anything they want if they're willing to work for it. It's nothing's going to be handed to you, but as long as you put in the work to get somewhere, you're going to get there eventually. As long as you don't quit,
A lot, you and quite a few of your teammates said what a good week of practice it was last week. What constitutes that? What is a good week of practice in your eyes like for yourself?
You just get a lot of work done. You put in a lot of new stuff every week, and not every rep is going to be perfect exactly how you want it, but you coach off of that, and you learn from that, and you watch the tape, you talk about it in meetings, and then you walk through it, and then you come out the next day, and it goes better, and you continue to build on those reps. And we just had a lot of urgency, great work ethic last week, and we had a great day today, so we just got to keep building on it.
What have you seen from Andre in the red zone? What makes him so effective on the scramble?
Yeah, he's physical. He's a strong guy, fast guy, but his scramble drill, he's got a great feel for it. Sometimes you just can't coach that kind of stuff. He's a guy that works really hard for his opportunities, and he's made the most of them when he's got them. And if he's going to keep doing that because that's the kind of guy he is, it seems like.
You've talked about trust before. Is that a way of kind of earning your trust, is to keep fighting, making sure that a play never ends, and keep working?
Yeah, absolutely. He's earned that. He's a guy that we have a lot of faith in. Always knows what he's doing. Always seems like he's going to do the right thing wherever he's out on the field, and he's going to make contested catches, make big plays for us.
Is hamstring or calf different when it's cold weather? Does that have any factor on how you manage that calf?
I don't think so. It's tough to tell. We haven't had any cold weather too much except for today, but it wasn't an issue today, so I don't expect it to be an issue going forward.
What do you like and respect about Ted Karras?
Well, he's worked for everything he's got. He's been 3 places, and I think it probably hasn't gone exactly how he wanted it to at 2 of the other places, but he came here, and he's been an integral part of what we're doing here. He's a great player, really smart, great leader. He kind of leads that group up front to really what they've become, and that's a great offensive line, and the center's the key to that. We wouldn't be who we are without Ted. He brings a toughness and an energy that we haven't quite had before. So I wouldn't trade any center for anybody in the league.
Sticking with the, go ahead.
There was a lot of conversation about Orlando and kind of what he would bring to the table when y'all got him. Was kind of the Sunday example of kind of how valuable he can be in that unit when it's clicking.
Yeah, he's as advertised. He's a great player, big, strong, athletic, and you saw it on Sunday, blocking some of the best edge rushers in the league. We're excited to have him.
How hard is it to earn your trust if you're a rookie like Andre or any of the receivers on the team?
That's tough to say. It comes with reps in practice and game reps, but I would say it's just depends on the opportunities that you get, and our guys have made the most out of them. It's when you have guys that work really hard to get better, and they want to own their role on the team, that's the quickest way to do it.
Cincinnati gets the national spotlight on Sunday. You guys have had this before. And your life is different than most Cincinnatians in some ways, Joe. But what would you say you love most about Cincinnati, what you've been able to experience, and what makes the city unique?
It's the people. That's why I love Ohio. The people are great, down to earth, humble, hardworking, just made of the right stuff. I love the people here, and that's kind of what makes Ohio, Ohio.
This will be the first prime, I guess, you all playing Buffalo primetime here. What do you expect the atmosphere and emotions to be like after what happened in January?
Well, I expect it to be rocking. It's going to be an exciting game. I know the fans are going to come out and do what they do. Obviously what happened is in the past. I think everybody remembers it, but it's not going to dwell on it. I know he's not dwelling on it either. So I know our fans are going to come and support and be loud, be proud. We're going to fight our tails off for it.
We didn't ask you after the game. What were you messaging? What was your message with the alien mask and NASA shirt? Was there one?
It's Halloween, man. That was it. Nah.
You believe in aliens?
Jury's out.